the universe is far stranger than you can imagine. Forget everything you think you know about planets. There are worlds where ice is hot, places so dark they seem to absorb light, and even planets that drift aimlessly without a star to call home. And what if I told you there's a planet made of diamond? Today, we'll explore the most bizarre planets the cosmos has to offer, and what you'll discover here will challenge everything you thought you knew about space. Are you ready to have your mind blown? HD 188753, the planet with 3 suns. Imagine a planet where, instead of waking up under a single sun, you're greeted by 3. HD 188753b is a true cosmic spectacle, located 149 light-years away from us in the HD 188753 star system. This means that when you look up at the sky, you would see 3 suns orbiting in a cosmic dance. A scene that seems surreal even for science fiction fans. What's even more impressive is that, unlike Tatooine from the Star Wars saga, where characters lived with 2 suns, here we have an extra star in this dramatic and fascinating scenario. Have you ever stopped to think what it would be like to live on this planet? The variations in temperature and light would be a real challenge. Imagine how we would need to adapt the calendar, seasons, and even our own biology to a reality where the day and night cycles are ruled by 3 sources of light. Of course, it's not possible to travel to HD 188753b, but that doesn't stop us from dreaming and imagining what it would be like to explore such a different world. Maybe, in a future where space exploration advances, our descendants will be able to visit a planet where the sunset never looks the same. Gliese 436b, the planet with hot ice. On the distant Gliese 436b, the rules we know for water states are completely different. There, ice is hot. That's right, you read that correctly. On this strange planet, which orbits its star at a very close distance, the gravity is so strong that it keeps water vapor under immense pressure, forming a layer of ice that, even at absurdly high temperatures of about 400 degrees Celsius, remains solid. Imagine seeing a boiling ocean, but with layers of burning ice that don't melt. A scenario that confuses even the most experienced scientists. For those used to seeing ice only as something cold, Gliese 436b shows us that the universe has rules and exceptions far beyond our earthly understanding. This planet invites us to expand our horizons, and maybe one day, not too far off, we'll be able to study up close phenomena like this, which seem to defy even the laws of physics. 355 Cancri E, the planet made of diamonds. Ever thought of a planet where the ground could be made of diamonds? 55 Cancri E, located 40 light-years from Earth, is exactly that, a true cosmic treasure. With a core that may contain large amounts of carbon, it's highly likely that a significant part of this material has crystallized into diamonds due to the immense pressure exerted by its star. We're talking about unimaginable wealth. Of course, exploring this is a different story, but it's still fascinating to think that there are places in the universe where Earth's most precious jewels are as abundant as common rocks. This planet, beyond its unusual beauty, is extremely inhospitable. With temperatures that can exceed 2,400 degrees Celsius, walking on this cosmic gem would be impossible for us. But it's interesting to imagine what it would be like to observe this wonder up close. And who knows, in the future, space miners might make trips to 55 Cancri E in search of unimaginable riches. HAT P1b, the extremely light planet. If you think planets need to be heavy to be impressive, HAT P1b is here to prove otherwise. Located about 450 light-years away, this gas giant has half the density of water. That means if you could place it in a giant bathtub, it would float. A planet that defies our perception of weight and gravity because, despite being a gas giant, it's extremely light. It makes us wonder how planets can have such distinct characteristics across the universe. Imagine a journey to this planet, where the concept of weight almost disappears. HAT P1b is one of those examples that shows that in space, there's no single rule for how celestial bodies should behave. While on Earth we struggle with gravity, on planets like this, things float with unimaginable ease. GJ504b, the pink planet. If you've ever wondered if there's a planet that stands out for its unique color, GJ504b is the answer. Located 57 light-years from us, this planet is a true visual spectacle, with a pink hue that makes it a rarity in the universe. The vibrant color is due, in large part, to its chemical composition and relatively lower temperature compared to other gas giants. This is the kind of planet that seems to have come straight from an artist's imagination. GJ504b reminds us that in the vast universe, the combination of colors and elements can result in unexpected wonders. Imagine the surprise of an astronaut observing the sky of this planet, surrounded by shades of pink and purple. A true cosmic show. Trace 2b, the darkest planet in the universe. Imagine a planet so dark that it barely reflects the light of its own star. Trace 2b, located 750 light-years from Earth, is the darkest known place in the universe. This gas giant is so dark that it reflects less than 1% of the light it receives, making it almost invisible to distant observers. The reason for this darkness is a mystery to scientists, but it's believed that chemicals in its atmosphere, like sodium and potassium, absorb nearly all the light that hits it. Visualizing Trace 2b is like trying to see a shadow in the middle of a moonless night. There's no shine or vibrant colors, just a vast abyss of darkness. The complete darkness that surrounds Trace 2b creates a fascinating contrast with other celestial bodies. PSR J1719-1438, the planet with 2-hour years. On PSR J1719-1438, time moves in a way that's incomprehensible to us. This exoplanet, located 4,000 light-years away, orbits its pulsar in just 2 hours. That's right, a full year on this planet lasts only 2 Earth hours. Imagine living in a place where days and nights alternate so quickly that before you notice, the cycle is already over. A planet with such a frantic pace makes us rethink everything we know about time and how we perceive it. PSR J1719-1438 is also known as the Diamond Planet because its composition may contain crystallized carbon, similar to 55 Cancri e. But what's most impressive is the dizzying speed at which it orbits its pulsar. On one hand, this creates inhospitable conditions, but on the other, it makes us wonder what it would be like to live in an environment where time passes so quickly that we can barely keep up. A true temporal paradox that challenges our conceptions. HD 189733b, the planet with glass storms. Imagine a planet where storms are made of glass. On HD 189733b, 64 light-years away, the weather conditions are more dangerous than we can imagine. Winds of over 8,700 kilometers per hour whip the surface, and what's even more terrifying, these winds carry glass particles that cut through everything in their path. The storms on this planet are a true spectacle of chaos and destruction, something straight out of a nightmare. The idea of a place where the wind is so strong and violent that it turns glass into projectiles reminds us how hostile the universe can be. HD 189733b shows us that compared to the challenges we face here on Earth, like storms and hurricanes, these are child's play. Space, vast and full of exotic planets, confronts us with unimaginable scenarios, where even storms can be fatal in ways we can't even imagine. WASP-12b, the planet being consumed by its star. WASP-12b is a doomed planet, slowly being consumed by its star. Located 600 light-years from us, this gas giant is so close to its star that the gravity is literally pulling its atmosphere apart, like a web unraveling. In a few million years, WASP-12b may cease to exist, completely devoured by its hungry star. This process, known as spaghettification, the sight of WASP-12b being slowly devoured is worthy of a cosmic drama. The planet, in its final battle against the overwhelming force of its star, is trapped in a deadly dance it cannot win. This is one of the most extreme events in the universe, where gravitational force becomes a true villain. And as the universe continues its spectacle, WASP-12b continues to disappear bit by bit. HD 106906b, the giant planet far from its star. HD 106906b is a mystery of space. This giant planet is so far from its star that scientists are baffled by how it managed to form. At a distance 650 times that of Earth to the Sun, HD 106906b defies everything we know about planet formation. In theory, a planet this far shouldn't exist, but there it is, floating around its star almost independently. What's fascinating about HD 106906b is how it challenges planetary formation models. While most planets orbit relatively close to their stars, this one seems to have been thrown far away, in an extremely eccentric orbit. A planet that seems to have gotten lost in the vastness of space, yet still maintains a fragile connection with its star. OGLE 2016 BLG 1928b, the starless floating planet. Imagine a planet without a star, drifting alone through the universe. OGLE 2016 BLG 1928b is exactly that, a rogue planet, floating freely through space without being bound to a stellar orbit. This phenomenon challenges what we know about planetary systems, as most planets are firmly anchored to a star. However, OGLE 2016 BLG 1928b wanders alone, traveling through the dark depths of space without a sun to light its way. The idea of a starless planet is both fascinating and terrifying. What would it be like to live in a place where there is never sunlight? Where darkness is the only constant companion? OGLE 2016 BLG 1928b is a reminder that in the universe, there is much more than stars and solar systems. There are rogue, lonely planets that roam the cosmos without a set destination, and their existence makes us wonder how these cosmic wanderers came to be and what else the universe has in store for us. Now that you've discovered these bizarre planets, can you imagine how many other secrets the universe still holds? Speaking of secrets, have you watched our latest video on what would happen if the sun disappeared? It's waiting for you on the end screen. But before you go, tell me, which of these planets blew your mind the most? Do you think we still have a lot to explore, or do you believe we've already understood enough about the cosmos? Don't miss out on future discoveries. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because the mysteries of the universe keep growing, and you'll want to be here to uncover them.